I'm Jennifer Sanasi. You're watching News 24 Live. Jan Braai is joining me in studio, and he just cycled the Absa Cape Epic. He's joining me to tell me how he balances his braaiing life with his exercising life. Hello.
Hello, Jennifer.
How are you?
Very well, thank you. It's a fantastic day in Cape Town.
It is a beautiful day in Cape Town. How was the epic?
Epic.
Was it epic?
Absolutely. 8 days of cycling through pristine nature in the Western Cape of South Africa, the greatest place where you can possibly live in the world, and they've got like the world's premier mountain bike race right on our doorstep. So it's been something that I've wanted to do for quite a while, and I'm delighted to finally have had the opportunity and time to do it.
How did you prepare for it?
I don't really like training because it feels a bit like school.
That's how I feel.
Yeah. So I prefer just riding. So I've got this group of friends. We call it the DC Training Ride Group. And it's really not a cycling group. It's a group of powerful people who just speak with each other on WhatsApp every day. And we prefer to speak about training as opposed to actually training.
I like that.
And usually we just ride from home to, say, a coffee shop in Camps Bay. So that was my most important part of preparing. So I say I did a lot of riding as opposed to training. Obviously my life mostly centers around getting all South Africans to unite around fires on Braai Day on the 24th of September every year. So my day job is that, and it's quite a flexible job, so it allows me to say not necessarily cycle at 5 o'clock in the morning when it's dark. I might wait for, say, 9 o'clock after rush hour traffic and then go and ride. So I'd rather sit rush hour traffic in my bed having coffee, working on my laptop, or maybe braaiing, a breakfast braai. So for me it wasn't like particularly taxing on my lifestyle, to be honest. And then also a lot of people, I think, without criticizing them, I just have a different view on how much you should train. Say there's the Super 15, the rugby tournament that is on at the moment. Clearly, if all those teams played 15 rugby games ahead of the Super 15 starting, they'd be quite fatigued by the time the first actual game starts. So I didn't want to overtrain and arrive at the start line tired. So I thought it's better to build it up and not be too fatigued when I get there. And I looked at some other guys, and I think they were already hating their bicycles on day one.
Oh, really?
Whereas I still love my bicycle.
Well, that's good, and it sounds like you have a very nice life. Now, you were a pride rider. What's that?
A pride, it's pride not as in being proud of something, but pride as a pride of lions. So that is a selective group of riders who ride in the kit of the title sponsor Absa. So I was very fortunate that Absa invited me to do the Absa Cape Epic as part of the pride. It's basically like, think of it as flying business class. So you're doing the Absa Cape Epic just in a little bit more maybe organized manner. So when you cross the finish line, there's a place where you can wash, because you really don't need sunblock on most days because you're so full of dust and mud. So you can wash that off and wash your face, and then there are ice baths that you can sit in. There are bikes mechanics that services your bike, and it's all right there at the finish line. Now, it's very important to get into an ice bath as quickly as possible to help your muscles to recover, and then there are physios and chiropractors to massage your muscles. So everything just aids you after sitting on a bike. Like we typically sat for 6 or 7 hours a day riding, and some other guys obviously a bit faster, the professionals, and then some people up to 10 hours a day on a bike. Now then your body needs to start recovering as quickly as possible, and these ice baths and massages and having it quickly after getting off the bike every day, it aids your recovery. It makes it easier to finish the race. Lots of food, lots of stuff to drink. For me, I calculated you burn about 10,000 calories a day. Now, to contextualize that, it's about 10 pizzas. So you need to eat or consume the equivalent of 10 pizzas every day. Otherwise, you definitely will not be able to finish. You'll run out of energy. Now, for me, it's impossible to fit 10 pizzas into my body. So I also drank a lot of Sterry Stumpies and drank a lot of beer, because they all contain calories, and you've just got to get it in your body in some way. And all of that was obviously available in the Absa Pride tent, and they gave us fantastic cycling clothes. Wearing high quality kit allows your body to move freely, but also to to chafe less, because chafing, of course, causes all sorts of problems when you're sitting sweating on a bicycle for many, many hours a day. And this high quality kit that they gave us helped us with that. And then lastly, the bike mechanics that they provided was phenomenal. So every morning you're starting with a hassle-free bike that doesn't have any niggles, because obviously it's not only your body and mind, it's also your equipment that gets tested to the limit on the Absa Cape Epic.
I wouldn't often think that beer and a cycling race would go well together.
Life is full of surprises.
And you're here unpacking them one at a time.